Warning, nobody tells you this about cheap juicers. The best budget juicers are not on Amazon. The best budget juicers are on this list that I'm about to show you. But before we get to my top picks, stop buying cheap juicers on Amazon. Even if the reviews look good, don't fall for it. Shady Chinese sellers are buying their way to 5 stars. A 2020 study analyzed 700 million Amazon reviews and found 44% of them were fake. And some of these sellers hide behind odd brand names like Ian Orris, whose About page apparently lists them as an automobile maintenance company. That's pretty sketchy, right? They say BPA free, but do you trust that coming from an automobile maintenance company selling juicers? There's a flood of import scams from China, and even the government admits it can't police everything. What if these generic Chinese knockoffs aren't actually BPA free? What if they contain microplastics, which can disrupt hormones, damage immune systems, and increase risk of cancer? I don't know about you, but I'm not playing Russian roulette with my health just to save a few $100. Instead, nab one of these trusted juicers I've personally tested. They're made in South Korea, where safety standards are higher, and some of these brands have been around for over 50 years. The first machine honestly blew me away. It was a fraction of the price, and it even outperformed some of the high-end juicers I've tested. Hardly anyone talks about it. It's portable, it's a powerhouse, and I still consider it a budget-friendly pick, but it's a bit on the expensive side as far as budget juicers go. So this is the Nama J3, and if you couldn't have guessed it, it's pretty much like a mini Nama J2. In my testing, it was neck and neck with the J2 in terms of yield. How do I know this? Because I bought more than 11 juicers, spent 37 hours and close to $4,000 testing all the best juicers on the market, and I promise I'm going to show you the data that pins them against each other so you can compare them. Nobody else has this as well. But before I do that, let me show you the hopper on the J3. So it's got this container that lets you fit whole fruits and vegetables into the top, and you can batch about 1 to 2 cups of juice at one time. And it even comes with a 15-year warranty, so it's probably the last machine you'll ever need. But the J3 isn't perfect. For example, it isn't the lightest, most portable juicer on this list, and you can't make sorbets with this machine. I consider this a budget juicer because it's almost half as expensive as the premium machines. So a premium machine can cost you around $700, but this one is around $450. If you're thinking, whoa, $450 is still way out of my budget, well, then I'm confident this next machine might be exactly what you're looking for. This is by far the most affordable juicer on the list. For most people, I think this strikes a nice balance between price and value for your money. It's a vertical masticating juicer that's going to slowly squeeze your fruits and vegetables, giving you high quality juice every single time. It's called the Hurom HAA. It's quiet, powerful, and so many people are talking about how they're glad they returned their cheap Costco juicer for this. The Hurom HAA spins at 43 rotations per minute, which is extra slow compared to a centrifugal juicer like a Breville. A Breville spins at 5,000 rotations per minute, and this is why the Hurom is so much more quieter. It's also why the Breville and other centrifugal juicers create lots of heat, and the motors in these juicers get very hot very quickly. When this happens, the heat destroys nutrients, turning your juice into sugar water. Since the Hurom HAA is a cold press juicer, you guessed it, it can squeeze juice out slowly and coldly. And unlike the Nama J3, it can make healthy sorbets with a special attachment. The only area where the Hurom HAA falls short is the small opening feed chute at the top. You have to feed the fruits and vegetables one by one at a time. Now, this isn't a deal breaker, but it's not as convenient as having a hopper where you can just load everything up, flick a switch, and then walk away. The Hurom HAA retails for about $400, but it's usually on sale around the $360 range. Plus, when you pay for it with a coupon code, which you can find in the description below, you can get it in the low $300 range. If you're on a budget, that's a steal for the quality and the price. Now, how would you like to get a premium cold press juicer for almost $300 less? Well, this next machine strikes a sweet spot between being a little bit more expensive than the Hurom HAA, but cheaper than the Nama J3. And almost everyone sleeps on it. It's portable, it's budget friendly, but above all else, it's got something that makes it stand out from the rest. And once you see this, you might actually never go back to using a regular juicer. This is the Hurom H310, and it only weighs about 7.9 pounds, making it even lighter than the Nama J3. You can even put it inside your backpack, take it with you on a camping trip. The size, portability, and this one amazing piece of technology I'm about to show you makes it one of the most convenient juicers I've used. If you're someone who wants a quality juicer but doesn't want to shell out the $700 worth of cash, this is probably one of the best options. Works really well with celery, ginger, oranges, and leafy greens, and I found that sometimes it even gives you better yields than other high-end machines. And don't worry, I'm going to show you some of that data later, but first, there are a few drawbacks when it comes to this budget juicer. The first is that the yield isn't quite as good as the Nama J3. Now, both the J3 and the H310 have the same hoppers, but I found that the H310 takes about 1 to 2 minutes extra to process your juice. It's not a deal breaker, but it was a bit on the slower side. Another con to the the Huram H310 is that it makes a more pulpier juice than the HAA and the Nama J3. So if you're someone who can't stand pulp, the HAA or J3 is probably going to be a better choice for you. The juice isn't like a smoothie, but you can notice there's a bit more pulp. Personally, I like pulp just because it gives you extra fiber, which can help prevent things like cancer and help with weight loss. So what makes this cold press juicer better than most, besides being more portable and less expensive than the J3? Well, it's got this one amazing piece of technology I was talking about earlier called Easy Clean. You can pull it apart into 2 pieces and rinse it. It's completely scrubless. Cleaning it is such a breeze that honestly, I find myself getting a lot more use out of this juicer than most of the machines out there. And trust me, it's a game changer because cleaning a juicer is by far the worst part about owning one. After using the Easy Clean technology, you'll never want to go back to a regular juicer. Now, the Huram H310 costs around $400, but with the coupon code below, you can get it for about the mid $300 range. But let's just say you got a bit more money to play with, then this next juicer is definitely worth considering. Can you guess what juicer I'm talking about? It's the Nama J2. And despite the marketing hype behind this thing, it definitely deserves a spot on this list. The Nama J2 has a hopper just like the J3, but this one is even bigger, letting you batch about 2 to 3 cups of juice at once. It even has a cutout hole in the top so that you can keep adding more produce as the machine runs. When you look at the J3 and the H310, they don't have that cutout. So if making big batches of juice is your thing without breaking the bank, this might be the right juicer for you. But before you whip out your credit card, let's pump the brakes and take a look behind the curtain. With the Nama J2, you're gonna get high yields with less pulp. The only problem is you're gonna have to deal with bigger parts. So in terms of cleanup time, it won't be as fast as the H310, and it might be a little bit slower than the J3, but it'll definitely be faster than the Huram HAA. Considering most high-end machines start at $700, paying $550 for the J2 is a really good value. With a coupon code in the description, you can get it for about $500. Now, for some people, that's going to be out of their price range, but this sort of walks the line between budget territory and high-end machine. And as promised, I'm going to show you the exclusive data on these machines, including how much juice they make and how fast they are to clean, so you can easily compare them. But first, we've looked at Huram, we've looked at Nama. What about Kuvings? I really wanted to include a Kuvings juicer on this list, but I just couldn't find a solid pick at a good price point. Kuvings has some solid high-end picks, but they really don't focus on the budget market. There's the Kuvings NJE, which is a horizontal masticating juicer that they've had forever. I found it for around $300, but I couldn't really recommend that to you guys in good faith. The reviews are mixed, with some people saying it's a workhorse, while others are saying don't buy it, especially if it's your first masticating machine. They do have some vertical cold press juicers, but they're close to $500. And for that price, you might as well go with the Nama J2, which is a better value. And if any of these juicers are still too expensive for you, then the last resort is to go with a cheap Breville. They're a solid company from Australia that's trusted and well known. The massive problem is they sell centrifugal juicers, which means you'll waste more money on half juice fruits and vegetables. The juice quality isn't going to be as good. Plus, they're super loud. They literally sound like a jet taking off in your kitchen. I spent weeks testing these things, cleaning them, and measuring the amount of juice that they make like a mad scientist. Here's the scorecard. The Huram HAA does just as good, if not better, as some of the high-end machines for things like ginger, oranges, and even leafy greens. It even beats the H310 in yield, but the H310 smokes it when it comes to cleanup time and assembly, making it a much more convenient juicer. The J3 is almost neck and neck with the Nama J2 in terms of yield, and of course the J2 beats out everyone on this list, which was to be expected because it's a more expensive machine. Now, if you want to verify any of these tests, I welcome you to check out the channel and just see for yourself. And if you're still on the fence about which juicer you should buy, here's how I decide. If you're trying to spend the least amount of money, I go with the Huram HAA as it's the cheapest and best option. But if you got a little bit more money to play with, I consider either the H310 or the Nama J3. The H310 is cheaper than the J3, so if you don't mind a little extra pulp in your glass and you want lightning fast cleanup, that'd be a great budget juicer to get. But if you can't stand pulp, the J3 is the way to go. It's a bit more expensive, but you're gonna get better yields. What I found is you wanna pick a machine that you're gonna get the most use out of, because what good is buying a juicer if it just sits on your shelf? And if you're ready to make a change towards a healthier, happier you, and you wanna save some money on these machines, check out the links in the description below, but be sure you don't wait, because I don't want you to miss out on these latest deals.